Hey YouTube, time for another how-to video. Today we're working on the 06 Mazda MPV, and it's time to do a transmission fluid exchange. See that fluid? It's not a nice clear pink color anymore. It is time to put some new in. The transmission dipstick hole is right back here, and this is where we're going to be refilling. So keep in mind where that is, right in front of the brake reservoir. As far as how to get the fluid out, the most effective way, as I understand it, and there's a tutorial that I've linked in the description of this video, is through the transmission oil cooler, which is located right in here. That's it. What we can do is we can actually take its hose loose, that bottom one right there, and we're going to put a length of our own hose on it and drop that into a drain bucket. Now, what do we need for this job to be successful? Get yourself a gallon container. It'll be a milk jug. In this case, it's a vinegar jug. Mark it off in half-quart increments. Okay, and of course, you want your drain pan that you use for draining oil also. You need your socket set. You need a funnel, that kind of thing. Some rags, and some new transmission fluid. In my case, what's come in recommended, because I have a little bit of shift shock between second gear and third gear, is a full synthetic Valvoline Max Life multi-vehicle Dex Mercon LV. This particular van, I think all of the MPVs in fact specify an M3 or a Dexron mineral-based automatic transmission fluid, but you can use the synthetic, and it's supposed to help smooth things out as far as shifting is concerned. To get started with the job, we're going to first take loose a couple of 10mm bolts here. That's going to just give us a little bit of space to work between the bumper cover and the transmission oil cooler that's hiding right up there behind it. Probably don't have to do that, but it's helpful. One other thing you need for this job is a piece of 3/8 inch inside diameter hose. This could be it be described as a fuel line, and you're going to use this as a way to direct which direction the fluid goes when you are pumping it out using the transmission pump. So what we're going to do is we're going to take loose that bottom hose right there, the one closest to us, and we're going to put our length of hose on to the transmission cooler right there, and then we're going to direct that hose down into our drain bucket. Right, here we are. We have got our hose disconnected right here, and there's our transmission cooler starting to drip. We're going to come up here. I have to change hands, I'm left-handed. I have to come up here and stick our little extra piece of 3/8 inch hose on, like that. And here it comes down here, and you can see that it's starting to drip fluid now. Our next step is going to be to start the car and let the fluid drain. And I should have mentioned this is a job where you want to have a helper to help you out. So I'm going to have Caroline start the engine. Go ahead, Caroline, start the engine up. Now our fluid starts flowing out. Can you hear me? Be ready to stop it when I say to. Keep the door open so you can hear me. Stop it. So when it starts bubbling out like that, that's the time to stop the engine so we don't do any transmission damage. Now what we're going to do is take and pour this into our jug that's marked off in half quarts so we can measure how much we just got out of the transmission. Alright, we ended up actually getting almost 4 quarts of fluid out of our transmission here. That's actually a little bit more than I had expected. I was thinking we'd probably be closer to 3.5, which would have been this line here. But now what we want to do, by the way, look at how brown and nasty that fluid is. It's not a healthy, happy pink color by any means. So it is time for this fluid to be changed. What we're going to do is go up top now to the dipstick, and we're going to pour in an equivalent or approximately equivalent amount of fluid. We've added 4 quarts back in, and in an effort to control it a little bit better this time, I've just got the hose going straight into the jug here. Go ahead, Caroline, start it up. There we go. Okay, stop it. All right, good deal. Got a little bit closer, a little bit over 4 quarts that time. So now we're going to add another 4 quarts up top. We're going to repeat the process just one more time. Get the last little bit out. We've changed out approximately 8 quarts at this point of the 10 to 11 quarts that fit in the transmission. So if we get 3 quarts out this time, we're going to have, 90% of the transmission fluid having been replaced. Go ahead, Caroline. Notice that's a bit redder looking now than it was before. Stop. All right. It took just a little bit more than 3 quarts that time, and that's quite a bit more pink looking than the old. Nope, that's going to do it. Thanks for your help. So now we're going to put about 3 of our last 4 quart jug in, and then we'll reconnect our hose. And this is important because if we wait to reconnect the hose, then that means we don't have the thing burping back at us every time we are trying to add fluid, because the air can be displaced back out this hose and into the jug. So anyway, we'll put about 3 quarts in. We'll reconnect this. We'll reconnect our cooler line, and then we will top it off the rest of the way. All right, put the hose back on, and I'm going to go ahead and bolt these plastic pieces back on as well. So I want to back this off the ramps so we can do the final fill on level ground. That's one of the assumptions that is made when you're refilling the transmission, is that you're on level ground. So we'll do that. All right. After having gotten the engine, or after having gotten it off the ramps, I checked the fluid. It seemed to be at about the right level for a cold engine. So I decided what I would do: take it and drive it around the neighborhood a minute, and then check the fluid again once the engine was nice and hot. So that's what we're going to do right now. I've run it through all the gears. It's in neutral right now. So we're going to just pull the dipstick and give it a quick check. By the way, you can see from my rag, hopefully there, it is nice and pink now. Nice, healthy pink transmission fluid. And already my shift from 2nd gear to 3rd gear actually does feel a little bit smoother than it used to. And you probably can't see it on the dipstick, but it looks like we are right in that engine hot range on the dipstick. So I think we actually have the right amount of fluid in it. I'm not going to put any more in. I'll drive it around for a few days, and I'll check it again just to make sure we're still at a good level. Yeah, we're right there in the proper range for a hot engine. Well, that's a completed job there. It's changing our transmission fluid in the Mazda MPV. This is an 06, but the 2000 through 2006 model years have the same basic design as far as that transmission cooler is concerned, so you can apply this process to pretty much any second generation MPV. Good luck, and thanks for watching.